Alrighty, my name is Mrs. B, and today I'm going to be teaching you about all the notes on our treble clef line. And if you guys remember what the treble clef looked like, I'm just going to write it right here. It's this really tall, big one, and it circles around G. And it is called the G clef because it has that little circle right there. Okay, so because we know this is G, I'm just going to go ahead and write a little circle on it. And I'm going to write G. And then if this is G, what would this one be underneath it?
F.
Okay. So I'm going to write F right here. And then if that one's F in between there, what would be the next one on the next line? E. E. Okay, that is right. E. And can everyone see that, or do I need to make it a little bit bigger? A little bigger? Okay. I'm just gonna write a big, well, that's not quite what I want. G. F. Okay, so we're going to go back to G. Because it ends at G, we would start at the beginning of the alphabet again. So what would be above G? A. Okay, that is very correct. So we're going to go and write A right there. And then what's the next letter after A?
B.
B? Yes. B. It's a little hard to write on these lines. Okay. And what's after B?
C.
Okay. C. And what's after C?
D.
Okay. That big D. And what's after D?
E.
Correct. So write a little circle in that line, and write E. And then what's on this last line? What's after E?
F.
Okay, yes. I'm gonna write a big circle and write F. Okay, I'm gonna kind of break it down a little bit, so I'm gonna draw another treble clef. I'm just gonna do the lines, okay? So we're gonna look at what we have here. What would be on this first line?
E.
Okay, yes. And so what I like to remember when I write the E here is every. So I'm gonna write every. And then what's on this next line if we look back up here?
Wait. Oh, we're doing lines?
G.
G.
Okay, and that's right. And because it is the G clef, it'll be that big circle on it. And so what I like to use to remember G is good. Okay, and then what would be on this next line if we look back up here?
B.
Okay, that is right. So I'm gonna write another big circle on that. And what I like to use to remember B is boy. Okay, and we look back up here. What's on that next line right here?
D.
D? Yes. So I'm gonna write does. I'm spelling that wrong, I think. Yes. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of switch sides here so I can make sure Colleen and Megan sees. Okay, and what would be on this last line up here if we yes. So I'm gonna kind of circle, and I like to remember it by fine. Okay, so I like to remember this by every good boy does fine. So I'm gonna write another one, and we're gonna do the spaces. Okay, So what would be in this first space right here if we were to look back up here?
F.
Yes. So the way I like to remember this is fat.
Oh.
So I'm gonna write fat for that. And then for this next line, what would be here if I were to go up to this next space?
A.
Yes. So I'm gonna write another big circle, and I'm gonna write ants.
Oh.
Mrs. Bean.
Yes.
That's not a very nice word.
Okay, so we're gonna do this next space right here.
Sorry.
And what would
C.
this? Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write another big circle, and we're gonna write can.
I'm scared for this.
Okay, and what's this next space right here? If you look back.
E.
Yes. So for this last one, I'm gonna write a big circle. I'm gonna write eat. So how I like to remember this one is fat ants can eat. Does everyone understand?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So I'm going to kind of quiz you guys a little bit. And I'm going to keep everything on here, but I'm going to do this last little one. I'm going to write my treble clef. And I'm just going to write a circle right here. Which one would that be?
G.
G.
Okay, and how do we remember G?
Good.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. I'm going to write another one right here.
E.
What would that be? E? What word do we use to remember E?
Eat.
Eat, yes. Then I'm going to do this one right here. If this is under G, which one would that be?
F.
Fat.
Yes. So we do use fat for that one. And I'm going to do one more. Okay. Let's make this one a little bit harder. I'm going to do it on this second to last line here. Which one is this one?
F.
D.
Yes. And what word do we use to remember that?
Does.
Does. Yes, that's very good. All right. And thank you. You guys can